Hello and welcome friends to my channel, where we'll be simming vicariously through the lives of the Sims. Welcome back to day 2 of the Christmas B&B challenge, where Ginger Snap wakes up hopeful and hustles for pocket change. Will today be productive? Will the universe be kind? Will she avoid accidentally setting something on fire? Who knows? Let's find out. All right, day 2 begins with Ginger Snap greeting the morning at the extremely reasonable hour of 10 a.m. because nothing says, I'm building a business empire like sleeping through half the workday. But first things first, you know the drill. It's time for our sacred morning ritual. Before Ginger faces the world, she must pay homage to our tiny fuzzy overlord, Snicker Doodle. After appeasing Snicker Doodle, Ginger is off to water that lonely little garden plot near her lot. Why? Well, maybe the plants will grow. Maybe she'll level gardening. Maybe she's just stalling. Well, to be perfectly honest, I don't really know. I have absolutely no idea what was going through my head with that decision. You know what? It's not really that important. Let's just move on from that questionable decision altogether, because today I have decided to hustle elsewhere. So we pack up the bare necessities, the litter box, the food bowl, the cat, and we head to Willow Creek. Upon arrival, Ginger Snap sets up camp for little Snickerdoodle, placing her litter box and her food bowl in the world. After that, it's time to get serious. Ginger begins her treasure hunt by first searching logs for frogs. And just like that, she earns $10. Truly, the universe is spoiling her. But wait, she finds another log. And another $10 frog. At this point, I'm convinced the frogs are in on some kind of anti-Ginger conspiracy. Due to this sudden epiphany, I decide a break is probably for the best. Her hunger is sinking, but behold a miracle! A random sim abandons the grill mid-meal. Translation? Free food. And look, if they walk away, that's just environmentally responsible recycling. I don't make the rules. Except maybe I kind of do. Anyways, it's community property now, which means it's totally legal. Probably. I'm choosing to believe it. Anywho, Snickerdoodle joins Ginger sitting on the bench like a tiny furry food critic. Ginger grabs a plate of her open source lunch and attempts communication with her fluffy mascot when she's prompted by an inheritance pop-up. A free windfall, life-changing amount of money. And we have to say no because we're suffering authentically. That's the spirit of Christmas, right? Right? I would just like everyone to know this hurt me personally. After that little heartbreak, I mean food break, it's once again time to exploit the environment for all it's worth. Naturally, I have Ginger poke around another suspiciously identical looking log, because hope springs eternal, or whatever. And boom! Shocker! Another $10 frog. Very riveting. At this point, I know for a fact the logs are conspiring against us. Searching logs is clearly not panning out for us. So I divert her attention to a few dig spots. First, she excavates a time capsule containing a My Sims trophy worth $20. Finally, she digs up a few more relics worth $70 and $45. With such a, let's call it a modest haul, I decide it's time to head home. And who knows, maybe home is where the hustle is. Apparently not, because when we arrive back, Gibby Point is covered in snow. For some, this may appear to be a Christmas miracle. Given our current circumstances, It's more like a pre-Christmas catastrophe. Whatever you call it, the day was a complete debacle. We get home and there's a flirty food stall worker just waiting on our lot. Amazing! Ginger can't find a frog worth more than $10, but apparently she can summon surprise suitors. While Ginger chats with her new flirty friend, I notice Snicker Doodle napping in the snow looking oh so adorable. How could I resist the photo op? And just like that, Ginger has unlocked a newfound passion for photography. She snaps a few photos and sells them for $43. And yes, we shamelessly cashed in on Snicker Doodle's cuteness. But desperate times call for adorable measures. And unfortunately, it was for nothing, because we still don't have the money we need for a food stand. Things are looking bleak, my friends, so I make a mature decision. Pack up and run away from our problems. This time, somewhere sunnier. Sulani. Yes, because I decided Ginger deserves heat, sunshine, and maybe a miracle. Right away, she pitches her tent, ready to collapse into a power nap. By 8:35, she's awake again, a touch more energized, and a lot more in need of soap. Naturally, this leads to a humble pilgrimage to the public restroom, where dreams and dignity both go to die. Meanwhile, back at camp, a random sim stops to pet Snicker Doodle, but of course, how could she resist? But then, she walks straight into her tent like it's a community center. It's probably not a good idea for the tent to be publicly available to all visiting Sims. Due to this unforeseen mishap, in which a stranger casually strolls into her tent like they're checking into a budget hotel, I decide it's wiser to stash the tent in her inventory for safekeeping. After a refreshing shower, I decide to once again tempt fortune and cast my die of fate. This time, beachcombing. This is my Hail Mary pass for the evening. Please, Lady Luck, do not forsake me now. And lo, the seas themselves deliver gifts worthy of Ginger's hustle. Suddenly, fortune favors the slightly desperate. We find a $20 conch shell, a freezer bunny foot worth $80, and an ordinary conch shell that, for reasons unknown to science or sim logic, sells for $200. Truly, we have struck nonsense gold. We did it. We finally did it. We finally scraped together enough simoleons for the food stand. The singular goal of the day, achieved by sheer chaos, luck, and questionable life choices. On that note, if you're enjoying the chaos, cozy vibes, and questionable financial decisions, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for day 3 of our cozy Christmas Rags to Riches B&B challenge. Thanks for watching. Bye!